damn ball, RJ.
Settle down. Settle down for what, Julie? No, no, ma'am. You get this every 4 years. This is your one time to go off every 4 years. This is the one time we give a good damn about your sport every 4 years. No, fellas, no. Look, if you don't want to get beat down 13-0, get good, son. Okay? You won't get styled on. I come from playing video games, all right? I come from playing pickup, all right? Makey-takey, talking trash. If you don't like getting beat up, you get into the gym. You put in the work in. And if you are serious about it, you go get better equipment and you put the work in. You know, I started making videos on my iPhone. When I got better equipment, I got better, all right? So Thailand could get better. But look, you want the most dominant team in the World Cup history to turn down, and I say turn down for what? The Americans' number one team in the tournament, defending champs. Think about that. Defending world champs. Broke the previous record set in 1954 when Austria beat Switzerland 7-5 in the quarterfinal game of a men's World Cup for a combined 12 goals. They scored 13 by themselves. Alex Morgan tied former U.S. player Michelle Akers' 91 record for most goals scored by a single player in a women's World Cup match with five goals by herself. U.S. women's team has dominated the game for decades. 3 World Cups, 4 gold medals, being ranked number 1 by FIFA 10 of the last 11 years. And when you still got these unwritten rule, Karen Killjoy ninnies trying to tell my squad, enough, show some class out there. And this gets back to the theme that we're in, collectivism versus individualism. Trying to make things about the team or make things about you. And it depends on how you feel that day. And what I'm finding is the folks who are paid to follow soccer on a day-to-day basis, Julie Foudy, Taylor Twellman, Rob Stone, Andrew Doss, all like, yo, come on. Rob Stone over here like, this is a humiliating at some point, right? It's just become an exercise in target practice. Pull it back, knock it around. Nah, sit down, son. Andrew Doss over here. You know, I get that it's not the women's national team's job to stop themselves. But wheeling around in celebration with goals 11, 12, and 13, he says isn't right. Taylor Twellman, great color analyst. Zero problem with the scoreline, as this is the tournament, but celebrating goals like number 9 leaves a sour taste in the mouth of youth, like many of you, in my mouth, like many of you. Curious to see if anyone apologizes for this postgame. Apologize for what? For doing your job? For doing your job better than anybody else in the world? And if for no other reason, then we're still having an argument, a debate, a real discussion about whether or not the women's national team needs the same pay as the men's national team. And we're going to get into what the market can bear, and we're going to get into who's watching what sports and why, and we're going to get into the athleticism on display. But I am firmly on the side of this of pay Carli Lloyd her money. Pay Megan Rapinoe her money. Pay Alex Morgan her money. They're the best at what they do, and we love to say our team is better than your team. But when it comes down to compensating the best in the world for being the best in the world, we say, oh, yeah, well, you know, there's really not that many people watching you be the best in the world. Okay, so what's it worth to you then? All right? Is it worth it that you get to talk about how they were celebrating in a 13-0 rout? Or do we want to be as embarrassed as we are with the men's national team where we can't make the World Cup? My goodness, people. Where are our priorities on this? The men's national team is embarrassing. And after we were on the train of Jurgen Klinsmann is going to get us right, going to get the men's national team back to where we think it's supposed to be and then surpass that level of awesomeness. No, we can't even qualify for the only tournament that matters in this sport on an international level. I watched the UEFA Nations League final last weekend because I'm a soccer nerd. I don't expect you to watch that tournament. But when it comes time to put up or shut up, and I'm going, hey, friend of mine, person who could give nothing about the World Cup, even when it's on, please watch my team. And then you embarrass me like this. You embarrass me in front of my people. Because you can't make the tournament? Nah, man. And now I got my one squad who working their tails off out here styling and profiling, and we want to argue about them styling and profiling and whether or not they need to be paid, while everybody else looks at the men's national team and be like, nah, they're on the way up. No, they're not. I was yelling, I believe that we will win along with everybody else. I was here to try to take down Ghana. I saw us get bounced. I came up with Michael Bradley. I came up watching Landon Donovan. I came up with Clint Dempsey at Fulham. I'm an MLS truther. And now we're having an argument about how they celebrate winning the first game in the tournament they played? Come on now. When did we get so high and mighty about this sport? This is why people don't like it when we talk soccer. You know, I'm watching the European Champions League final, and I'm going, hey, look, I'm gonna pull for Liverpool on this point because I can't stand Tottenham. I'm an Arsenal fan. You know how to get down if you follow the Soccers. But all of a sudden, I'm seeing all these personalities pull out scarves that I've never seen mention soccer a day in their lives. And the same people want to talk about how the U.S. women's national team is celebrating a victory. You don't live for this. You don't die for this. No. I am going to pull your card, sir. I'm going to pull your card, ma'am. Cool, you got a Liverpool jersey. All right. Tell me where Liverpool was 5 years ago. Huh? Huh? You can pull Stevie G out. All right, cool. Who else you going to pull out? Can you pull out Dirk Kuyt? Who you going to pull out? You going to talk to me about Raheem Sterling on Manchester City. Sit down. Remember when Manchester City wasn't nothing? Remember when the U.S. men's national team wasn't nothing? I'm watching Fox Soccer Plus at 2 a.m. in the morning as a child watching Fan Zone, and I love this sport. Fell into Arsenal because they were the Invincibles when I was a kid, and now I'm having to defend styling and profiling and getting the front for the first time in 4 years that, hey, yeah, you remember us? We're the world champs. We're the best at this. That's how much we actually care about our sport. Now, Patrick, you've heard me just yell and rant about this.
You love soccer, man.
Man, do you have an opinion about this at all?
About the goals?
Yeah, about the celebrations.
Look, if I was watching a 6-year-old soccer game and that was happening, I'd probably be mad. But they grown. They're old. Like you said, this is the highest level. This is the Super Bowl, the World Series, the NBA Finals of women's soccer, really. And if that's the best Thailand has, man, they got to get better. They got to get better. Stop them. Don't let the goals in. I honestly know very little to nothing about soccer, but we had it on yesterday because, again, if it's USA, if you throw on the USA, I'm good. I'll watch it. I'll take it in. What a long time ago when the men were playing. Now, the last time in the World Cup, didn't they do pretty good? They got to, what, the quarterfinals?
The men?
The men. Last time they were in it. I know they didn't make it last year, but the last time they were in the World Cup, did they get to the quarterfinals?
Is it? Let me answer this question by asking another question.
Yes.
Who cares? And by that I'm asking, who else celebrates getting to a quarterfinal?
The USA, because, I mean...
Round of 16.
Yeah.
I hate that about this.
Well, again, I don't know a lot about soccer. I mean, has the U.S. been really good in World Cup soccer?
Well, let me put it this way.
Yeah.
Do you throw shade at a fan of a Major League Baseball team who will tell you with a straight face that they made the playoffs when they were beat in that
Wild card game.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, you made it.
No,
you
you
it.
didn't.
Nah.
No, you didn't.
Technically.
And if you said that to me with a straight face, I would
Technically you made
verbally
it,
go
but-
for your knees.
Technically, you made it, but it doesn't feel like it's like when you lose in the play-in game in the NCAA tournament. Do you feel like you were in the tournament?
No.
I mean,
no.
technically you were, but it can't feel like it for your fans.
Crap, dude.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. Like, I mean, you can't have it both ways. Is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You can't have it both ways. You can't say collectivism and everybody gets a trophy and everybody made the playoffs and we should be celebrating, get into the quarterfinals around the 16, and then also at the other end of the spectrum go like, hey, but don't celebrate too hard, okay?
Yeah.
When you're the best at what you do, when you're on top of the mountain.
Mm-hmm.